Hey everyone, I'm here installing the creature mod, the snack bar mod I should say, for the creature for the Black Lagoon by Swinks. And basically what the mod is this plastic piece with neon stripping here that lights up when the game is working. Haven't tried it yet because I haven't installed it, but basically the only thing that I've done so far is I've taken this ramp off. It's the plastic ramp that kind of loops around. It makes it easier to get into this mod. And really all you need to do is to get the screw up. There's a screw that goes into this shaft here. And then there's another one kind of next to it. And there's one in the back up the ramp that goes down to when you're in the creature multi-ball. And when you go up the ramp and it feeds it back down to the whirlpool on the bottom. That's the ramp. There's a screw in the back over there too, and I think there might be a screw on a plastic you need to take off too. So basically what I've done so far, let me just zoom out a little bit here, is I've taken this sign off, and that goes back here where there's a nut that holds that on, and there's this like metal mounting bracket that goes down once you take the plastic off, that goes down on these three nuts. They screw down. And basically, I've already tightened down the nuts that hold it down on the old plastics. And that one's tightened. That one's tightened. And then basically, the last one that gets tightened is this one, but the sign needs to go over it first. So we're going to install the mod first on the bracket before we put the sign back on. And then basically also what the manual recommends is that this light gets changed, this bulb, because now the plastic is so much higher than the old plastic that was there, that the light that shines through to brighten up the mod should be replaced with a bendable light, or a bulb that gives it more height to have more light through the actual mod. So basically what we're going to do now is take the mod and now put it onto this bracket. And make sure you push this mounting bracket all the way down. I was having a problem with it kind of seating, but I got it finally all the way down, and now it seems like it's seated better than it was before, so you can install your screws. And basically also too, what Swinks gives to you in the kit, and the kit's done really well. And also in the manual, he has the cabling going first from the back box to the mod, and I didn't do that yet. I'm going to do that next after I install the mod. And also too, one other thing to point out is that the wire for the mod that comes out of here should go, there's an empty hole that you'll see that's right next to the flasher bulb and also the bendable we put in there. There's an extra hole where that wire runs down into the bottom of the play field, so you could run the extra cabling to go to the back box that, you know, connects into the board, so we could get power to the actual mod itself. So again, we're going to seat this down. And also too, he gives with the kit black or silver hex bolts to match the mod. I use black because it kind of matches the mod better, I think, but it gives silver to kind of, you know, all the nuts on the actual plastic are silver, so, you know, on the playfield itself, so you could go either way, but I'm going with the black. And also too, don't go crazy screwing this down really tight, because you might damage the sticker that these bolts kind of go into, so you don't want to damage that either. So there's three of these hex bolts that get screwed in to the actual bracket that holds, you know, that we installed previously. So that's that, and then we got one more to go. Okay, so it's done pretty tight. We'll see if we can snug this one down a bit more. Okay, so it seems pretty tight. Now we're going to put on our sign and get a nut that we previously took off. Now it's kind of tight in here to kind of put this nut on. So I think we got it started. So now we're going to take our driver wrench, okay, you don't want to over tighten that either. You don't want to crack any of the plastics or scratch anything up. So that seems pretty tight and snug. And now we're going to take our screw that holds this down to the rubber over here, and again, when you're putting this bracket on, or you know, the initial install of it, make sure you push it down as far as it'll go, because again, it's tight in this area right here, and it didn't really seat well until I pushed really hard on it. Then it kind of went down more, so you get better, you know, better grip on that rubber, and the screw will seat in there and tighten up. So now we take the ramp, put that in. Plastics are in here, back here, plastic here. So now everything is lined up to go into our posts, you know, to screw everything back down. So really, again, to kind of go over this, if you want to take this ramp off, the screws you need to take off, there's a post here, there's a post here, where my pointer is, and there's also a post back here, and there's a plastic here that screws into that ramp as well. So there's 4 screws total that need to be put back on. So we're going to put these back in again, the ramp, and all we're doing is we're just screwing these back in, you know, with a regular screwdriver. Yeah, this screw, and then we have this extra, or not really an extra screw, just the last screw that screws into this plastic that holds it in. That's it. So the next thing we're going to do now is do the back box and get power to the mod, to the back of the pinball machine, and plug it into one of the boards and run the wire underneath the play field and see if we get power to the mod. Okay, so now we're in the back box of the pinball machine, and then this cable is supplied from the kit. And then basically what you need to do is you need to take this end, let me zoom out a bit here. You need to take this end and plug this end into either .116, .117, or .118. That you get power to your mods from these 3 connectors. Unfortunately, all mine are filled because I have the LED lighted DMD cover for the DMD, and I also have a color DMD, and then I also have Mike D's mod for the hologram mod. So basically all mine are taken, but the mod that Mike D that I bought from Mike D, I have a different power source on that. That's getting power from the other mod that I bought that gets power out of the auxiliary box. That's the service box that's in the cabinet. So basically what we're going to do is take this connector and plug this into 118. And then it's also keyed because there's a pin missing, so it's keyed on the end. So basically you can't put it in really the wrong way. So that's that way. And then we're going to tap into this line with the splitter that's actually on the cable that is supplied in the kit. And I'm going to plug in my DMD, lighted DMD cover encasement to that splitter. So now we're going to get power to both mods through this one connector. So hopefully I don't blow anything out. Hopefully I don't have more power running to this than I should to the machine. So basically what we're going to do now is feed the cable down into the bottom of the cabinet. And then we're just going to take this, put it into this box right here, this hole I should say, it's opening, and just drop the cable down into that. And then that's going to run underneath the play field and go to the mod. And we're going to get power to the mod with this cable. And then we'll tie it up underneath the cabinet and be good to go. Okay, so now we're under the play field, or the play field's lifted up. And basically what we're going to do now is take the cable that we ran under the play field, which is this one, and this has the end on it like that. Then this is the one that we dropped through the play field when we installed the mod. So what we're going to do now is take the two connectors and connect them up, and that's it. And we're going to tie this up, you know, under the play field here. You know, like make it nice so the wires don't get snagged or nothing like that. You got to remember too is that give enough slack. There's a lot of cable here. You know, Swinks provides a lot of wire, which is great because it gives you a lot of, you know, when you lift the playfield up and down, if you're too tight with your wire, you're going to yank on it. You're going to pull crap out. So you don't want to do that. Give it enough slack in the back, you know, when you drop it down through your back box, and make sure that you know, you don't snag anything on here. So we're going to run this cable through here just to make it so it doesn't snag on anything. And now we're going to reconnect this again. And that's it. So now we're going to test it out and see if it works. Again, I'll tie this up and clean this up. Basically, you know, you got to put a couple tie wraps on here and stuff like that. But there's like this little transformer box. So basically what we're probably going to do is put it in these, you know, tie, you know, from Williams, these tie, like where your wires go into these wire holders, I guess. And then basically kind of, you know, just tie them up with each other so this box isn't swinging around everywhere. You know, like tie it within this spool of wire so you kind of, you know, get it mounted in there. So, but before I start tightening, wiring everything up, we're going to test it out and see if it works. So how I ran my wire once I connected everything up was that I just connected it from the back box and then ran it through all these wire wraps that are on the bottom here. So the path kind of starts down here, and there's a wire like a organizer just to hold it back here, I don't need all these posts sticking out. And then I looped it up this way, put in this other wire organizer here, and then wire wrapped it, or tie wrapped it with this over here. And then basically it leads up to here. That's the destination of where the wire actually connects into. So this is the connector here. So, and then I put it into another wire wrap here. And that's really it. So it kind of keeps everything out of the way. And it keeps this from, you know, bouncing around all over. And that's really it. So it won't get into nothing, this little transformer box and everything else. So it's actually pretty clean the way it is. And again, Swinks leaves you enough wire to not get any kind of snag if you give it enough wire, you know, to run it through back here. So it gives you more than plenty wire to do what you need it to do and to make it look good, and also to prevent any kind of snagging from happening. So again, it's a great design, and it was really easy to put in. Can't be any easier than that. And as you can see, this right here is the new mod, and it's lit up with the LED strips. So it seems like everything is working, and it looks great. And Swinks does a great job with the information and the material included in the whole package. So it was actually a pretty easy mod to install. So hope you have a lot of luck with yours, as I did with mine. And again, thanks for watching my videos. And again, I can be reached at www.pinballsupernova.com. And I have a Twitter page and a Facebook page and a WordPress page with all news and videos and everything going on with my machines and in the pinball hobby. So thanks again, and talk to you soon. Bye.